minute. We got a new device, and whoo, that was pretty wild. Okay, hope y'all are ready to make some chicken and dumplings. I sure am. I'm hungry. It's in my first cookbook, and of course, it'll be in the master cookbook. And let me tell you, I've been working on that cookbook, and it is going to be so pretty. I have to say so myself. I'm excited. Doing the index right now, so I am winding it down, and I'm excited about it. Here's some chicken. Chris made the chicken for me. Just boiled it with some onion and celery and chicken bouillon the other day. And we ate Mexican nachos with part of it. And tonight we're going to have dumplings with the rest. I've got the broth over here warmed. So as long as it's boiling, and it's boiling, it won't take but a second to turn it up and get it to really boiling once we get our dumplings done. All right. So all we have to do really is add our dumplings. Let's go ahead and add 1 can of cream of chicken soup to it. Poor Chris, he came over here and now he's coming back. Now, Mama didn't put cream of chicken in hers, and neither did Granny, but I put it in mine because it tastes good. It just makes it even better. Now we do boil a chicken. This is a homemade broth, and it's still got the pieces of onions in there, and I'm just gonna leave them in there from where we boiled the chicken. Okay, we just took the chicken off the bone. Now we'll let that start getting hot, and we're gonna mix up some dumplings. When you make dumplings, it's so simple, and I have a dumpling trick that I know what to tell people now. When I first started, I'd just say, well, you gotta make them until they feel right. Well, you just gotta make them until they feel right. I didn't know how to tell y'all how to really know when your dumpling batter is ready, or dough. All right, so I'm gonna make 2. I usually make a double recipe, so I'm gonna go ahead and make 3.
Now they're saying they can't hear you, but I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
If it's from.
Can y'all not hear me at all?
They're just saying they can't hear you very well, but it's only one person that said it, so you know how that goes.
Well, y'all please respond, because me and Chris have a new device, and we need to know if something's not right. Now, if it's just one of you, you need to turn up your volume, because I am loud.
Okay, everybody says they can hear you.
Okay, good.
Right.
Okay, so I'm using 3 cups of self-rising flour, and you just put in some shortening, and it's really a batch and a half of dumplings. Since it's me and Chris, I'm not going to make 2 full batches. And you're just going to use your blending fork. That's this little piece of gold right here. It's got the wide prongs. And boy, you're talking about working. It works to blend shortening into flour like nobody's business back in the day, in the 40s. Julia Childs used one of these. And so back years ago, a lot of people used them. And I actually have a Foley fork. That's what it was called. And this is actually an antique, the actual Foley fork. It says Foley fork MPLB. And then it says, on the back of it, it says stainless. So you can see the old-fashioned version. And then you can see this modern version that you get online through our website. And boy, they work good. So it's something people used to use, and I don't know why people stopped making them, but they did. But boy, we have sold a lot of Foley forks. They're called blended forks now. Or we're going to add enough flour in here to stick it all together.
Milk.
I'm sorry, milk.
Okay, they're saying your mic's not working. I really don't know till we listen to it ourselves. But somebody said when you walked away from the camera,
that means
you can't
it's
hear
only
it.
Picking up
Yeah.
through the phone.
Yeah, it's picking up my, here, get mine.
Is it picking up yours?
I bet it is. Because they said they can hear you when you're near me. which either means it's this microphone or
Can y'all hear me with this on right here? Let me know. Sorry about you. If you are new to us and you're coming in, we actually got a new device tonight and we are trying to make sure you guys can hear us. So y'all respond as soon as you can and let me know if this is better, and if it's not, then I need to fix a setting on the phone to get it just right. All right, so you add just enough milk to pick up all the flour off the bottom. Have they responded yet, Chris?
yeah, everybody can hear.
Oh, good. Well, we've had that happen before where only one of these really work. Maybe it's not meant to use two at a time. All right. So, sorry for the craziness, but you know, that's the way it goes. That would have happened no matter what we were using, because that's happened before. Okay. This is self-rising flour. And this is our dough. And it's really kind of not all together, and that's fine. I'm about to put it all together. I'm about to put it all together. Now, for dumplings, you don't want your dough real soft. You want it to, when it hits the boiling water, you don't want it to just separate. And some people, when they try to make dumplings, that's what happens. Now, if you make drop dumplings, you don't have to worry about that. But now I grew up cutting out, my mama cut out her dumplings, and so that's what I do. And that's what I teach y'all to do. Now, of course, I've got a drop dumpling recipe. It's easy. You just mix up your dough and drop it in there. And you don't have to do this part. So we are going to roll this out. And I've got a little wooden rolling pin. I'm going to turn this up. Because when you drop your dumplings in your broth needs to be boiling. I just love a wood rolling pin. You just can't beat them, and they're under $10, I think. Or they were a few weeks ago. Just can't beat a wood one. Now, I'm going to show you a trick. Let me get it rolled out good. You want them pretty thin. Thank you, Chris. He's giving me more room. This is a big batch. I don't usually make this many at one time. So, some of y'all are actually already getting some cooler weather. Now, in order to tell if your dumplings are really ready, and this is a really big sheet of dough, but you should be able to pick them up and them not just fall apart, and that didn't, so I think they're ready. If you pick up your dough, this is a really big sheet to be picking up, but let's say this big. See how it's staying together? That's what you want it to do. If you pick it up and it just plops back down, then you need to put some more flour in it, okay? So they got to have some sort of thickness, texture to them, or when they hit the boiling water, they'll just disintegrate. And you don't have to make them pretty. It's not a requirement for them to be pretty. Now, when a dumpling cooks, these are milk dumplings, and a lot of people think that their mother, because their mother didn't make a milk dumpling, she made a broth dumpling, that's the way it used to be or whatever. I've got old cookbooks from the 30s and 40s, and they have milk dumplings in them. They don't have broth dumplings in them. My mama used to milk, but if you want to use your broth, you can, but to me it tastes a little more like a noodle, okay? So really all you're doing is boiling the biscuit. That's pretty much all you're doing. And I'm using this tonight because I sure don't want to stand here and cut them all out like Mama used to. I can show you how she used to do it. I usually do that, but I don't want to do that tonight. You can even go in a circle. You can make a dumpling in a circle. Look at there, look at there. Mama used to take her fork, and she would just take a regular fork. And here, let me just go get one. And in the intro to my intro, I actually am cutting out dumplings, and when that piano goes off, and Mama used to fork, and she would cut them out like that. She would cut them out like that, lengthwise, and before she dropped them. But you can just use this, and it's way quicker. See how much quicker that is? All right. And you want to make sure you got plenty of flour on them before you drop them. Okay? So put some flour on them. And you ain't got to handle them like they're fragile. Put them back in your bowl. And then you're going to drop them. That's how easy it is, y'all. Now you can do a canned biscuit the same way. And it's pretty good. But it ain't near as good as the homemade one. And if you don't believe me, just make some homemade ones if you haven't had any in a while. The homemade ones are so delicious. The canned biscuit ones just taste like a canned biscuit. But for some reason, you can show me, Chris. For some reason, those canned biscuit ones, they taste the next day when you warm them up, they taste better. So they don't taste as much like a canned biscuit anymore. It's probably because they've sat in there with the chicken and stuff longer. Now, when a dumpling hits the water should be boiling, or the broth, and they're going to float up to the top and swell, just like it's the baking powder in them. They swell up like they're baking in the oven, like a biscuit, okay? And then, once they start cooking, they shrink back down. So don't get all excited and think, oh, those are big fluffy dumplings. Because once they cook down, they're not going to look like that anymore. They're going to be more see-through. I always say transparent.
Smaller.
I say the wrong word. I remember when I had that in school. Transparent, opaque. Wasn't that the words, Chris? Transparent and opaque.
Translucent.
Translucent and transparent. Well, which one's which?
Well, transparent means you can see through it like a window.
Okay, he says transparent means you can see through it like a window. Well, you sure can't do that. And translucent means kind of, sort of can see through it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way a dumpling gets. It's translucent, not transparent. Oh, I was going to add this little bit of butter that was just it just happens to be sitting here. We're going, whoops. I dropped my paper in there with it. I know. I don't want to get burnt.
I want to eat no paper.
Yummy. Oh, you would if you had to. Y'all, our chickens are doing so good. And they are staying in there with the big chickens now. I wish we could go out there and show them the chickens. But I don't know, y'all. We might could take y'all out there with these cook a minute. I wish I had made some biscuits. Now, Mama always made biscuits to go with her chicken and dumplings. I'm not sure why, because it's full of biscuits. I mean, the dumplings are biscuits. But we always had biscuits with it. And you know what? Some of y'all say you eat cornbread with it. And my mama never served it with cornbread. She served it with a pan of biscuits. This mama just serves it in a bowl. I don't even make the biscuits. Sometimes I do, but only when we're having a lot of company. Now we're going to add chicken to it. I've got to taste this broth and see how salty it is. And now we're using self-rising flour, and that does add some salt to our dish already. So keep that in mind. And Chris used a little bit of bouillon when he boiled the chicken.
We don't have any pepper.
Right, I know I got to add pepper. So we're going to taste and see how salty this tastes. If it tastes salty at all. Yeah, a little bit. Yummy, that's good. Yummy. You can really taste the onion in there. It tastes good. What we did is we boiled the chicken several days ago, and we just take the pot. I took the pot and I poured up 2 quarts of stock. And then I left the rest of the stock in the pot and just put a lid on it and put it in the refrigerator out there, our extra refrigerator. And y'all, I am going to turn this down just a hair. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. This is our chicken right here that he boiled. Let's add some salt and pepper to it too. We're going to throw it in there in just a minute. But lots of times when you throw your chicken in there, it starts wanting to stick. So we're just going to give these dumplings a minute to cook first. And there goes some salt. Always take your spoon and run it against the bottom. Make sure it's not sticking, and it's not. It's not sticking at all. So you're just waiting on the dumplings to get done. It usually takes them a good 10 to 15 minutes to cook. We're going to put the lid. It's good to put a lid on them. Put them down at a lower temperature and let them cook a little bit. And then once they've cooked a little bit, then we can add our chicken. Now look at here. Here's the pot that Chris boiled the chicken in. And you can see where the broth, you can see how that when it boiled, the whatever you call it. You know how chickens do. And so it was in that big pot. This is a Babish, B-A-B-I-S-H. I have this on the website. I'm pretty sure I still have that on there. If I don't have that brand, I got another good one. But everybody needs a good big stock pot like this. Everybody needs one. Chris made his fishing club. He made them a meal the other day and took spaghetti to them. And that thing came in handy because he made a lot. He made my super good spaghetti. Y'all tell us if you've ever tried my super good spaghetti, which is secret. Some people call it secret spaghetti sauce. Whoa, horsey. It ain't liking that. Anyway, tell us if you made that secret spaghetti sauce. He made 3 recipes and took it down there. So what did y'all think about the Foley fork? Who's got a Foley fork? Who's got an old one like this? And who's got a new one like mine? I hope you went on the website and bought them, because if you make dumplings or biscuits or streusel for muffins or anything you got to cut butter into flour or shorten it into flour with, these things are well worth the $10 you spend on it. And it gets delivered right to your door from our Amazon links. So, you think we could walk them out there to see the chickens or not?
Yeah, we can try.
All right, we're going to walk y'all out there. We're going to let y'all see our chickens while these finish cooking, and then we'll come in and add the chicken and get us out a serving. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to add the chicken now. Come on over here and let's add the chicken. They're looking good, y'all. They're looking good. Look at them. Now, this chicken is good and done, like I like it. If you boil your chicken about an hour, you get chicken broth, okay? If you boil your chicken about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and yes, the chicken is falling apart done, the bones become, your broth turns into bone broth, where the gelatin from the bones actually get into your broth. So instead of it being a thin liquid, it's thick. And this is actually bone broth. We boiled that chicken a long time. So it's really good. Now it's going to take that a minute to heat back up because, okay, I'll leave it. I'll just leave it off. It's going to take that a minute to heat back up because that chicken was cold out of the refrigerator. We're going to walk out here and see the chickens. Y'all, let's go see them. Oh, I got to go out this way, Chris. Come on out this way. So I got to put my boots on. Are you going to put on boots? All right. I have to wear my boots when I go out here because there's chicken manure everywhere. Chicken manure everywhere. Now, these clothes I got on are big. I haven't lost any more weight. Matter of fact, I've gained 8 pounds, in case y'all were wondering. So I've actually gained weight instead of losing it. Now, this is our run where the chickens stay in the evening. They can't, nothing get them while they're in here. So we can put up our chickens so that the hawks cannot get them. They're safe in there. But what we like to do is let them out during the day so they can hunt worms and stuff and dig around and have fun. And y'all are about to see our babies and how much they've grown.
Where are they? Oh, Lord, there's one up there.
Oh my gosh, that's one of the yellow ones. Y'all remember the little yellow one from a few days ago? I mean, they grow so fast. Where are all of them? Want me to run them off?
No, that's all right.
Girls. Girls. Nests in there where they lay their eggs. And so the babies, this is where the babies stay. If they want to get away from the big chickens, they can go in here and eat and drink their water. But they actually get up there. Chris said that the big chickens were up here the other night when he come out here to check on them. And one of the biggest speckledy one over there was up there with the big chickens. See her over there?
She's looking out the door.
She's looking out the door. I'm telling you, they've grown like weeds. Grown like weeds. Let's go. Where's she at? Marcy? Where? Marcy! Let's go. Marcy! Let's go. Out. Good girl. All right. Sorry I yelled in y'all's ear. I forgot I had the camera on. I mean, the thing on, but I thought, Lord, I'm yelling at them. So, let's go make us a bowl of chicken and dumplings. Yeah, Amy tried to swim with a friend of hers a couple of days ago, and it was so cold they couldn't do it. So we've decided it's, for the most part, no more swimming. No more swimming. That's all right. It comes and goes. You can't swim forever. All right, let me make me a plate. Now, when Mom Granny made chicken and dumplings, hers was always thin. She never thickened it. And so it was thinner, you know. Mama would thicken it. Like, this is too thin for Mama. Mama would take this and add cornstarch. You want me to thicken it, Chris? All right.
I like it thick.
Yeah. Mama would always thicken it. Granny didn't. And she would just take it out like this, and like it looks like right now. See how thin it looks? And she would put it on a plate, not in a bowl, on a plate. She would just put it on a plate at the table. And we all sat in the middle. We all sat in the middle of her kitchen. She had a, I gotta find the cornstarch. She had a table in her kitchen, a little round table. Gotta get the milk. So when you thicken it, use some cold, something really cold, and use some cornstarch. When you thicken cream corn or your roast beef or whatever you're thickening, that's all you got to do. That's a lot of broth. The more broth, the more cornstarch it's going to take. And then you're going to mix it in. Good. You can, if you can just get a pint jar, put it in there and shake it really good. I used to do that all the time when the kids were little. When I cooked all the time, I would do that. I ran my dishwasher every night. Me and Chris run it about every other night. So, there it goes. And now, once it cooks a minute, I'm going to turn it up since we're standing over it. And once it cooks a minute, it's going to thicken up. It's already thickening up. See? It's going to turn more into a gravy. And once it turns into a gravy, it is going to stick to the bottom. So you can't be boiling it long. You can tell by looking at that's the gravy. I'm going to turn it off. And you can let it sit here 5 minutes or so to make sure that cornstarch is cooked if you want to. But for the sake of time, I'm dipping some out for y'all. And it may need a little extra salt and pepper. I don't know. All right, let's get some. I think I'm going to get a dipper. A real dipper. As many dumplings as we had. Look at there. Now that's chicken and dumplings. The way I grew up eating it, this is how Mama made it, thick like this. Like it has a gravy in it. It's so good. So I'm going to grab my spoon, get a bite. Just look at that. Don't that look good? And those of y'all that live up north where it's already cold, y'all should try this recipe. And of course, it's going to be in our new cookbook. I need salt and pepper. I can't have too much pepper in anything chicken. It's got a good bit in there, but little salt, little pepper. Me and Chris have got a feast, y'all, just like that. See, that's what I love about boiling the chicken ahead of time. I do it all the time. I boil chickens all the time and slide them in the refrigerator, in the pot, in the broth, and wait until and do something with it a couple of days later. So if you got a chicken in the refrigerator, or if you don't buy whole chickens, start buying a whole chicken. It's cheaper, and you get a lot of meat. You get the breast meat. You get every part of the chicken, and you don't even have to cut it up when you boil it. There's so many recipes in my recipe books for chicken that's boiled. There's Mexican chicken, there's chicken and dumplings, there's Huntington chicken, there's Benefield chicken. Can you think of any more, Chris? I mean, there's lots. We will see you next time cooking on Collard Valley Cooks like our mamas did. Bye, y'all. Love ya.